Hey, we're back again, yet another video. Have you noticed I'm doing all these videos in a row? Probably can figure out that. Anyway, you don't care, you're right, you just want to hear about the bones. That's what you're interested in. So today we're going to do a couple of easy bones, all right? We're going to start with the zygomatic bone. Look at that zygomatic bone right there, forming some of the lateral wall of your orbit right there. Very nice. Forming kind of your upper cheekbone zone, articulating with the maxillary bone, articulating with the frontal bone, articulating with the sphenoid bone back there as well. Very good. So, zygomatic bone. That's where it is. We only have to know one thing on it. All right? I know it's not enough. There are more, but we're only learning one for right now. It is this little chunk right here. Since it is a sticky out piece, it is a process. Because it is emanating towards the temporal bone, this process is called the temporal process of the zygomatic bone. It will articulate, of course, with the zygomatic process of the temporal bone. All right, that's it for the zygomatic bone. That was quick. Let's add another couple bones in here just for fun. Here's the nasal bones right there. Look at them, bridge of the nose, where your glasses sit. Nice, done. If I look kind of behind my nasal bone, I got my maxilla, and then I've got another little rectangular-ish bone right in there. You see that? I know you do. There it is. That's the lacrimal bone. Lacrimal means having to do with tears. And if we rotate, you can start to see, and I gotta get the angle on this, I guess, there is a hole kind of going down right there. You see that? That's called the lacrimal fossa. And that is what is going to allow tears to drain from your orbit directly down into your nasal cavity. That lacrimal fossa is why you're going to need a tissue if you start crying a lot, why you're going to feel like you have to blow your nose. All right, other bones. Let's add in some more. What else do I see? You know, I think we only have one more bone to even do, which is the maxillary bone. So let's just knock that out right now. Here is a maxillary bone fused with the other one. There will be a sinus back here. I don't see it because this is a fake skull. But I do see a little hole under the orbit, the infra-orbital foramen, through which blood vessels, nerves are going to pass through. So that is the maxillary bone. It forms a lot of the face. I mean, look, it forms part of the orbit, okay? Comes up and articulates with the zygomatic bone. It is going to be your upper jawbone, so it's going to have an alveolar process in which the teeth are going to sit. It is going to help form part of the wall of your nasal cavity as well. You can see the inferior nasal concha is attached to it right in there. Also, very importantly, it forms part of your hard palate. Hard palate is the anterior bony roof of the mouth. So this whole structure here is the hard palate. And these two pieces, kind of right there and there, separated by the median palatine suture. These are called the palatine processes of the maxillary bone. Palatine because they're forming part of the roof of your mouth, your palate. Processes because they're sticking out. Now, they're going to articulate, actually one more bone here to do. I almost forgot about this guy. The hard palate also contains a pair of palatine bones. So we see posteriorly here, palatine bones. Right there and right there, left and right. And these two pieces here are called the horizontal plates of the palatine bones. Palatine bones look basically like a letter L, kind of like this. And so the thumb, it's in our view, it's kind of like, it's a horrible demonstration right there. So let me just point at this thing. Palatine bones right here. These are the horizontal plates right here, okay? Those are the two horizontal plates right there. The horizontal part of the L. Then the palatine bone is actually extending upward. You can see it, if we get, there we go, extending upward right here. Actually goes up, helps to form part of your orbit, even helps form part of your nasal cavity as well. So that being said, I think we have totally finished the skull. All right, hopefully you're studying. See you later.